I'm Jordan Weissman, and this is Harebrained Schemes.
Hi, Kickstarter!
Since we brought back Shadowrun with Shadowrun Returns, the question we constantly get is, when are you bringing back BattleTech? And the answer is, today. I'm proud to announce that Harebrained Schemes is going to make a turn-based, tactical mech combat game that is steeped in the deadly feudal politics of the classic BattleTech setting. Now, I've been making mech games a long time. Over 30 years ago, I created the first version of BattleTech as a miniatures board game and an accompanying role-playing game called MechWarrior. Over the years, we've explored the BattleTech universe through a variety of different media, including hundreds of different novels, an animated television show, and even the BattleTech centers, where players could get into fully operational cockpits and pilot mechs in a 3D multiplayer arena. Of course, BattleTech is best known for its many video games, including the first, Crescent Hawk's Inception in 1988, the breakout hit MechWarrior 2 in 1995, Mech Commander, the first tactical game in 1998, and of course, the current MechWarrior Online. Not only have I been making mech games for a long time, so has Mitch. The first one we worked on together was Mech Commander, and then he went on to do the whole series.
The thing I've always loved about BattleTech is the universe, especially the original setting of classic BattleTech.
The year is 3025, and for over 200 years, the great houses who dominate the planets of the Inner Sphere have battled each other to claim the title of First Lord and rule from the throne of a reconstituted Star League. The tool of conquest is mankind's most powerful and versatile fighting vehicle, the battle mech, adaptable to every planetary environment and with enough firepower to level a small city. With technology in decline after 2 centuries of war, mechs are precious, rare, and piloted by the nobility. Handed down from generation to generation, they represent a family's heritage, its fealty, and its future.
Now, as the Third War of Succession grinds down, the exhausted noble houses look to mercenaries to continue the fight. And that's where you come in, as the commander of your own mercenary outfit.
I'd like to introduce Mike McCain, creative director of the Shadowrun series. He'll be leading the BattleTech game with me.
I grew up playing BattleTech games. In fact, MechWarrior 2 is one of the first PC games I ever played. So I'm really excited to be working with Jordan and the team here to create a modern, turn-based tactical mech combat game for PC.
First off, I like how it's going to be modern now because the young guy's involved. Anyway, as Mitch said,
On the battlefield, you'll command a lance of 4 mechs in turn-based combat, unleashing their awesome firepower and utilizing their MechWarrior's unique abilities. To realize all of this action on screen, we'll be taking advantage of Unity 5 to make the 3D battlefield experience as immersive as possible.
your previous support has allowed us to deliver 4 games that we're really proud of. And the success of those games gives us the resources to build a great single-player skirmish game in which you can pit your mechs against enemy AI mechs.
But with your support, that base game can become so much more.
As you can see below, our vision for the game expands in 4 stages. Stage 1 is already paid for. It's the skirmish game we're funding ourselves.
If our Kickstarter hits funding stage 2, we can create a single-player story campaign for the game. In this campaign, you'll command your own mercenary outfit, struggling to survive from mission to mission amidst the feudal political turmoil of the Inner Sphere. The campaign will feature an original new story set in the deadly 3025 era of the BattleTech universe.
You'll be given missions with a variety of objectives, from sabotaging an enemy installation while posing as a lance from a rival house,
to kidnapping a minor noble in order to help aid a client's negotiating position.
Between those missions, you'll manage the finances and logistics of your mercenary outfit, from the modifications and loadouts of your mechs to the salaries and skill growths of your mech warriors.
If we hit funding stage 3, we can expand that mercenary campaign to make it much broader and open-ended, to put you in full control of your destiny as a mercenary. So alongside the core story campaign, you'll be able to take contracts from the various noble houses of the Inner Sphere.
Over time, the missions you accept and the objectives you complete will determine your reputation as a mercenary and what contracts will be available to you in the future. To make the game open-ended, we'll add a variety of side contracts and procedural mission generation so that you can grow and expand your mercenary outfit both during and after the campaign.
Funding stage 4 adds PvP multiplayer set in the famous arenas of Solaris 7. You'll be able to take your lance to the arena to fight head-to-head with your friends or to compete in ranked leaderboard play.
We've planned BattleTech to expand in these stages so we can be confident we'll make a great game regardless of the funding level we hit.
But of course, the more co-funding we can raise here on Kickstarter, the bigger the game we can make.
So let's work together to bring classic turn-based BattleTech back to the PC. Once again, Kickstarter, we thank you for your faith in us, and we look forward to making another great game with you.
All right, you suck. Let's try again.